Hey guys, welcome to Success-oholic. This is Devin Martinez. As you can see, we're in our AEA studio today. We have a special guest today. We're going to be talking. I want to bring people in that interest me, that actually have something interesting to say, people of success, people in real estate, or just in sales in general. So stay tuned. So, as I said before, I wanted to bring on some people that interest me, some people that I really want to get to know a little better and give them a bit of a spotlight. So, today is our first podcast episode ever. And today I have a very special guest. His name is Josh Herring. He is an agent here with AEA Realty. He is a successful agent. This guy moves properties and he's also a huge land mover. So, I'm very excited to have you today, Josh. Thanks for joining.
Thanks, Devin. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask you. So I've gotten to talk to you a little bit more in the office, and we talk a little bit, but I haven't actually got to know you very personally.
Okay.
So I wanted to ask you kind of what got you into real estate. What were you doing before this, and kind of tell me a little bit about your journey, your story.
So I started out as an aircraft mechanic. I was in the Air Force for 11 years. Worked on heavy transport aircraft and then also trainers for the Air Force. And I came down to Houston, chance to work at NASA. Worked on the T-38s that the astronauts fly.
Oh, wow.
And after almost 20 years of wrenching on airplanes, I kind of got sick of that and started to look into something else. And I decided on real estate because there was an opportunity I could do it kind of part-time when I had time available. And there was also a lot of growth opportunities there, and fell in love with it, and here I am.
Really? Okay. So you kind of ran by it pretty fast, but what was the catch with NASA? Like because that sounds exciting. Like if I had the opportunity to work at NASA before real estate, I mean, I would have jumped on it, and I don't know if I would have moved, but I don't know what you went through. So kind of what was the catch to NASA? Was it like being a part of that whole space, or like what was it?
Well, I was up in Wichita Falls, Texas, and I don't know if you've ever been up there, but there's not really a whole lot. It's up kind of in the middle of nowhere. There's not really a whole lot of things to do up there. And I had a manager that I worked with that he had left, moved down to Houston, and he called me up one day and was like, "Hey, you want a job?" I was like, "Well, sure, why not?" It was an opportunity to get out of Wichita Falls to learn something new, and it sounded cool working for NASA, so I took it.
And did you have any schooling? Like what do you have any degrees or anything like that?
I do have I have an associate's degree in aircraft maintenance
Okay.
that I got through the Air Force, and mostly just training from the military. Same aircraft I worked on there.
So you were in the Air Force.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me about that. How was that experience? Did you go anywhere?
Oh yeah. So I started out as a loadmaster. Flew on C-5s.
What is a loadmaster?
It's a big transport aircraft.
Okay.
We load all the cargo on it, whether it's pallets, trucks, Humvees, helicopters, anything that can be put on the aircraft. We put it on there, chain it down, do all the weight and balance forms for it. Then in flight, we act sort almost like flight attendants.
Okay.
Take care of the passengers if there's any emergencies or anything like that.
Wow.
Then I was aircraft mechanic on C-130s. These were rescue aircraft. So yeah, I've traveled all over the world. I've been to Iraq, Afghanistan, Africa, all over Asia, the Pacific.
Did you get to experience any pleasures in those areas?
Oh yeah. Usually, our planes, they had a tendency of breaking down a lot.
Okay.
So anytime we go somewhere nice and the plane broke down, we usually have a few days we could go out and explore the cities and get to know the area and eat the food. And
Okay. Do you have any favorite place? Like, did you have what place kind of surprised you as far as like culinary wise?
I really like Spain. Out of everywhere I went, Spain's my favorite.
I'm with that. I love Spanish food. So
the food's good. We usually stayed right on the Mediterranean, so it's really beautiful.
heck yeah. Okay. Well, I'm glad to get to know that a little bit better. And so Josh, now you got into real estate. You left NASA. You got into real estate. You're loving it now. But I mean, my experience with real estate, I don't know if it's the same as yours, but I know when I first got into real estate, it was kind of easy at first, and then it got really hard. It was like I got lucky and got my first deal within my first week, and that I started off as an investor. Now, With you, did you do anything real estate wise, or did you get your agent license and then get into real estate and kind of get into it?
Yeah, so I actually had a deal before I even had my MLS subscription set up.
Okay.
So it
Okay.
came
What was that?
right out of the gate. It was one of my friends I worked with at NASA.
Okay.
He found a house he wanted to go see, and I was like, I don't even know how to do this. So we kind of figured it out, and ended up he bought a new one, and then I sold his.
Okay. Okay. And then so what were some challenges that I guess like how long have you been in real estate now, would you say?
2 years.
2 years. Okay. So in that 2 years, what kind of challenges have you kind of ran into? I know you kind of got in what you would have gotten in at 2021, so post COVID.
Yeah, when the market was pretty hot.
Gotcha, gotcha. So you got in when the market was hot. So how was it whenever you got in, and then when the market got not so hot, interest rates started coming up?
I think some people, they get kind of a false illusion of how this business is because they get into it, they get a deal real quick, they make some money, and then they're like, "What do I do now?"
Yeah,
And that was
yeah.
kind of what happened.
We see that a lot.
Yeah, I did. I think my first year. Oh, I'd have to go back and count. I did probably 6 or 7 deals.
Hmm.
So I think I did pretty good,
Okay,
and that's kind of what
it's a
bumped
great first
me
year.
into doing this full time.
Okay, and then so like as far as what are the challenges that you maybe experience like in the second year?
So I would say mostly just finding new clients.
Okay, so
Yeah, it's probably the hardest part.
prospecting, lead generation, that sort of thing, right?
Hmm.
Okay, and how is that going right now for you?
It's pretty good. I have quite a few listings out in Alvin. I'm leveraging that quite a bit.
Mhm.
Talking to a lot of new people every day. Then also doing online lead sources through Facebook and Google,
Okay.
and it's been pretty good. It's slowed down the last few weeks around Thanksgiving into December, but other than that, it's pretty good.
Okay. And now, so we see a lot of changes in the market space right now, especially in Houston.
Hmm.
Interest rates are high. People are deciding to rent over buy,
Hmm.
which is, to me insane because rent prices have went up astronomically. I just noticed that back in my old neighborhood where I was renting for 1,500, the same house is going for 2,250, which is insane.
Yeah,
Now that's just 3 years ago, right? So 3 years ago, this thing rented for 1,500. Now it's renting for 2,250, and it's just kind of blowing my mind with that. Now, what are you kind of doing? What are some decisions and what are some, I guess, changes in your business that you're doing to adapt in the market that we're in?
I've been working with a lot of investors lately.
Okay.
Um, Cash buyers. It's a really good time to buy if you got cash or big cash down payments
Yep.
anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, lots of investors buying. Then kind of more looking towards the future because I think maybe coming into the next year, hopefully the rates kind of come down a little bit. And there's a lot of people that are wanting to buy. I mean, a lot of people wanting to buy, but it just doesn't make sense financially for them right now.
Hmm.
So just trying to build that pipeline up so that whenever those rates do come down, all these people are ready.
Okay. And then so you've got that in place right now. How's so right now? I know you said business is going good, but tell me a little bit more. Like, what are you most proud of right now as far as your business goes?
I'd just say, well, just the success I've had so far. I mean, I'm only 2 years in it.
Mhm.
Had the privilege of leaving my full time job to come do this. I love the flexibility of it.
Mhm.
I can set my own schedule. If I have something I have to go do, I can do that. Or if
Mhm.
I want to hustle till nighttime, I can do that as well.
Man, that's funny you bring that up, right? So like I had a problem with balance when I first got into this business, right? Like I put my everything into it, and the next thing you know, I'm not really spending too much time at home with my family,
Yeah.
right? And I got into this. My son was already born. I wasn't paying too much attention to that side of my life.
Hmm.
How do you balance your work life, home balance?
I just try to simply turn it off.
Okay, so
So
that for some people it might be easier said than done.
yeah, I know
So
some agents, they think they have to be available 24/7,
mhm,
and I don't think there's any emergencies in this business.
mhm.
So I simply just turn it off. Like, sorry, I'm not available right now. I'll get back with you later. And
So you would say you're not a one of those jump and run agents, right?
I definitely try not to be.
Okay, gotcha. But you do, but for your clients, what kind of things would you say set you apart from another agent?
Let's say communication. I like to have good communication with them, and
Mhm.
then like say they do have something that comes up, I'll definitely go show it to them. But I'm not gonna just drop my kids and be like, okay, sorry, I got to go. See you later.
Yeah. And we do know plenty of agents that do that. I've seen it. I've seen it a lot.
Yeah, and I think setting boundaries up front with your clients is important to give them that expectation.
Yeah, I totally agree. Well, so being all that said, what's your plans for the future? Like we're at the end of 2023 right now. We're going into December on Friday. Now, what is your plan for 2024 to kind of jumpstart it? What are you doing right now to get it going, and what things are in place?
I want to focus a lot more on listings next year.
Okay.
I love listings.
Yeah.
It's a great way to leverage your business. It's good marketing. I mean, you have a sign out, you get buyers calling in, and they might want to sell also, and it's just a good way to talk to more people.
Yeah, and right now you still have that one huge listing, that big land listing. How's that going?
It's good. So, it's 15 tracks, 5-acre lots in Alvin off Mustang Road. We've sold 3 of them so far. Probably have another one going under contract this week.
Mm.
And then a few more prospects that are looking at buying quite a bit, 15, 20 acres apiece. So hopefully it goes pretty well and kind of move on to the next project.
Gotcha. And how much are those going for?
They're listed at 185.
185. So 185 gets you
5.1 acres.
5.1 acres.
5 minutes from Alvin.
That is that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome. And what are you able to do on this land? Is it pretty much just you can build a house?
It's unrestricted. You can do anything on it. I've had inquiries from people looking to do everything under the sun, wanting to build storage facilities, custom homes, farming, agriculture stuff, everything.
Gotcha. Well, look, I think Josh is kind of laying it on thin right now, but I do want to point out that I see you in the office and I see you out here killing it. You're doing really big things with your business, and it's really inspiring to see. Have you had any mentors that kind of guided you along the way? Like, let's spotlight them a little bit, and I just want to hear who you've learned from, and just kind of hear what kind of nuggets have you picked up from such as.
Lots of people, and it's not just learning good stuff; it's learning bad stuff. You learn. I talk to everybody and try to learn from their mistakes and what they've done that has worked and hasn't worked. Obviously, Ozzy, he's been a great help. Helped me get all this land business set up.
Oh yeah.
Learn about investing. Then also, I like Ricky Caruth. I don't know if you ever watched him on YouTube.
Yeah.
He's a good inspiration. He's got lots of good information.
Okay.
Watch Tom Ferry, another online coach.
Love Tom Ferry.
Yeah, it's about it. I try to talk to everybody, listen to everybody, hear their advice, whether it's good or bad, and see how it works out.
Yeah, I try to pick up nuggets from like anybody that I find in a place that I want to be in. We have agents like that in the office. We have agents outside of the office. I meet people all the time, just regular entrepreneurs that just own businesses, and I just want to learn how is it that you got this way. Part of the reason why we want to do this kind of podcast is just to kind of get different perspectives of everything.
Yeah, they say you become the 5 people you hang around with the most. So pick good people to hang around with.
Absolutely. If I can fit, like, it's like, yeah, I want to stick a lot of people close, but I mean, I can fit, they say keep around you, as much as what you can fit in your hand. And I have an abundance of people that I think I surround myself with. That's kind of what helps the growth in my business. Now, obviously this is a channel that I want to have entrepreneurs, I want to have salespeople watching this stuff. And that's kind of why I wanted to bring you on. Now, what kind of message do you think you can give to the up and coming real estate agent that's just getting in the game, that's just trying to find their footing, get their plane off the runway? What kind of things can you give? What kind of nuggets can you give them to help them?
Say the only way you can fail in this business is if you quit. That's it.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it.
Don't quit.
Don't quit. So keep going.
If you have to go get another job to pay your bills, go get another job, but don't quit.
Don't quit. Awesome. Well, I think that was an awesome first episode. I appreciate you, Josh, for coming on today. And we will do this once a week. I'm going to interview some just interesting people, and we're going to get to know different agents, different salespeople, different business owners, and just have fun with it. This is a genuine podcast, and I want to definitely, I'll catch y'all on the next one.